right, guys, so I am back home now. As you saw previously, I was at the laundromat doing some laundry because I don't have a laundry unit inside of my personal apartment, and then in my building it's like 3 doors down, and so I just didn't feel like walking outside. I don't know if I'll be able to get in the night to change it over, to grab it. So we went to the laundromat and we were able to do a reading because I started None of This Is True by Lisa Jewell. This book was actually recommended to me. If it'll focus, let's see. Is it gonna focus? I get there. There we go. This was actually recommended to me by someone on the online book club that I happen to be in. She read the book and she loved it. And as you guys know, I love psychological thrillers and I love mysteries, so I had to pick it up. And if you did not see my community post from a while ago, as well as my Instagram post, I'll be sure to have my Instagram handle on the screen and then I'll put the post here. But I wanted this book and I did not know it came out August 8th. Or 3rd, so it's new. So obviously it's only in hardcover, so it's probably gonna be about $30. That's kind of what you're gonna have to pay. But I was like, I'm gonna wait until next year. I'm gonna wait for the paperback. I walk into Second Charles and there is one copy, this copy, in perfect condition for $14. I could have cried. I was so happy. So I was able to pick it up and I started it yesterday. And it's really good so far. I'm definitely interested in knowing what's going forward. I can definitely say already, being only 56 pages into the book, there were 2 distinct moments where I was like, what is going on? I'm completely confused. Not in the sense of I don't know what's happening in the book, but like, how in the world are these things happening? You know what I mean? Why is it normal? It's kind of how I felt, but I am really liking it. And I guess just to talk about those 2 parts. So on page number 34, I think. Let me just double check. Yes, on page number 34. So basically you're following Alex Summer. Is it Summers is her last name? I believe it is. Yeah, you're following Alex Summer and Josie Flair. So Alex Summer is a podcaster. She does like women podcasts. She's a feminist and she does a podcast to speak about women and the different things that they've gone through, and just different women in particular, how their stories have kind of brought them to where they are today. Like they've rose to the occasion. The things that they went through really brought them to this great monumentous point that they're at right now. So she interviews these women, and that's kind of how she does it. She finds a woman who has a story of like redemption, and she does it. Well, she ends up having her 45th birthday at a little pub and meets and runs into Josie Flair, who's also having her 45th birthday, and they happen to be birthday twins. And so they kind of randomly meet, but secretly I feel like Josie is trying to purposely run into her, and then she figures out she's a podcaster and is like, I want to tell my story. Alex, do you want to interview me? Is basically how it goes. But Josie's perspective is not, I am at this monumentous, really great part of my life because of all the things I've went through. Instead, I know I'm going to be at this point in my life, and I want you to document me getting there. So it intrigues Alex, and she's like, okay, let me do it. So you're kind of going through Josie's life and Alex's life. They're both feeling different things about each other, of like, it's so odd that we ran into each other. Alex is a little apprehensive. She doesn't know if she should kind of just walk away. But then Josie is like intriguing, so she's going to continue to do it. So that's kind of where they're at. They both are living separate lives. They both have husbands, and they both have personal marital issues, and they both have children. Well, we're focusing a little bit more on Josie's children, and she has the older kids and the older husband. And basically, one of her daughters, Erin, is like a recluse. She's the oldest daughter, like in her mid-20s, and is living at home, doesn't come out of her room. I mean, her mom described it as there's stench, there's uncleanliness, so there's probably a lot of mental things going on there. But basically says that Josie takes off lids of baby food and microwaves them warm. They can't be hot because Erin will not eat hot food. She stirs them, places them on a tray with a teaspoon and a paper towel. She gets some chocolate mousse and does the same thing and puts it on the tray, and then takes the tray to the hallway and puts it outside Erin's door. She doesn't knock. Erin won't hear. But at some point between Josie's leaving the food and Josie going to bed tonight, the baby food jars will reappear empty outside Erin's door. I could have thrown the book across the laundromat. I was like, no, we don't have no nearly 30-year-old grown woman living up in her mom and daddy's house having her mom warm up baby food jars. You crazy. And no, her mom is not feeding into this. Oh my gosh, it like deeply disturbed me, like on another level. Like, absolutely not. I don't know. It just bothered me. But I find it interesting that that was put in the book, and it's so kind of bothersome in the way that Lisa put it in, because I feel like that's going to have a really key part to play in what's going to unfold and why is that happening. And then another part in the book, we're getting to the part now where they've set up the interview and, you know, Josie is explaining her life and Alex is interviewing her. And she talks about the fact that, like, her husband is a lot older than her. So when they were at the birthday party and they both met, they're like, oh my gosh, we're both birthday twins. Alex ended up thinking that the man that she was with was her father. A lot of people thought that, but really it's her husband. Apparently, she met her husband at 13. He was 42. And at 15, they were together. And that was really traumatizing and extremely bothersome. And it's not that they were born in like a third world country where there's like arranged marriages or something. Like literally, I think this book is based in London. And she's explaining it kind of in the sense of like, he was at my house doing work because my mom wanted renovations done. And I knew that he wanted or was interested in me, but no one else knew. My mom didn't notice, none of my friends noticed this. And she says, and I was afraid because I knew he wanted me, but it gave her a sense of power knowing that. And I think, like, we are only 56 pages in and Lisa out here writing some stuff. But I like it. I'm going to keep going with it. You know me. I'm going to read it. I'm going to tell you about it. But I thought it'd be nice to do a little reading vlog. So I'm going to make myself some food. I'm going to do a little bit more reading and go from there. And possibly I will check back in with you guys after I do a little bit more. All right, so it's several days later now, and I'm still working through. Now, this is true by Lisa Jewell because I was out of town, as you saw the footage. Not very much footage, but it was a really nice weekend. I went on a road trip with my sisters to upstate New York to a church conference for youth, and we had a fantastic time. There was tons of soccer. There was a nice fancy dinner. It was just a really good time and a great experience. And so I didn't really do much in the way of reading, obviously. And then in terms of audiobooks, it was my goal to get the Harry Potter book number 3 done and start something else. But when I got in the car with my sisters, we honestly talked the entire way and watched a K-drama and like laughed. And so I really didn't get the opportunity to do much in the way of listening to audiobooks at all. So I'm working my way through this. I'm finally at page 100, a good decent of the way into the book. It's a very quick read. You just kind of have to get into it. I'm loving it so far. But basically I'm at the point now where Alex and Josie are finding similarities in one another, but Alex is still really skeptical of Josie. And Josie is the one who's married to the older man, who has the 2 daughters that are older, who has the dog that you're kind of like, what's going on in your life? She isn't satisfied. She wants the story to be told about her. And then you have Alex, the podcaster, who seems to have it all together. The husband, the 2 kids, she's young, free, has all the cool things that Josie wishes he has. But in reality, Alex is actually struggling with things that are very similar. And so you're kind of watching how they both navigate with each other during these interviews, as well as seeing some really sneaky things that Josie is doing at Alex's home, as well as seeing kind of the behind the scenes of what's really actually happening in Josie's life, separate from what she's telling you at the podcast. So it's really interesting. I'm loving it. I'll make sure I link it down below for you guys. But yes, I'm going to do more reading, definitely do some more. I'm on my lunch break now, but I'll do some more probably, tonight, obviously, when I get home, and see when I can get it done, hopefully by the end of the weekend, because I definitely want to dive into the next few books on my stack. My goal is to get all 8 of them done by the end of the month, so we'll see. The month is still young. It's only the 14th. But yeah, I'm going to be finishing up the Harry Potter audiobook. If not today, then definitely probably tomorrow. But I'm nearly at the end of it. I am really liking it. I definitely think it'll be a 5-star read for me, or listen rather. And then I'm going to dive into doing the Cruel Prince on Audible because I love the narrator. I thought she was fantastic. It was definitely something I didn't expect going into it. I definitely thought I was going to have to read it, but when I listened to her narrate, I loved it. So I'm definitely going to listen to that one. And then I believe I'm going to read in tandem and listen to The Maidens by Alex Michaelides. I think I'm going to listen to that on Audible and read it at the same time because the narrator is so good and it reminds me of the voice of listening to the Dictionary of Lost Words. But I think reading it at the same time, because it's a mystery, there's some thriller and I might want to tab it. I think it'll just add to the story and give it more depth, and so that's how I plan on doing that. But I'm really excited. I feel like this reading month is going very well so far. I feel like it's been a really exciting September for me, and I hope that you guys are enjoying your September. And then yes, as you can see in Michigan, we're getting those nice 50s and 60s, so I'm wearing my fall colors because it's time. But I really do hope that you're enjoying your September so far. I am sorry for the delay, but I did post some shorts this week so that you guys could have a little bit of content. I will be getting this out for you as soon as I can, so you should be seeing it probably on Friday when you're watching this. It should be Friday the 15th. So yes, I will have this up for you guys. And I'm not sure what else I'm going to have out for the weekend, but I do have some videos planned. I just need to go look at them. But yeah, I'm super glad that you guys are here and that you enjoyed and watched this little video of me talking about the books that I'm currently reading, seeing me kind of delve into like a reading update, as well as showing you a little bit of footage from my really fun weekend in upstate. But yeah, without further ado, I will catch you guys all in my very next video. Bye, friends.